So I got some gear rack on this thing. Kind of wanted to show that. As you can see, I just tack welded this stuff on. It didn't have bolt holes in it. I know some guys go nuts about shimming it and dial indicating everything. Basically what I did is I put a tack on the end. So you got each end tacked, and when I did that, all I did was run the spur gear over to one end, and then to the other end, I made sure the rack, it was centered on the spur gear all the way down. So that's how I squared the rack to the motor. And then all I did was run the motor along, and then I'd put a tack on, run the motor along, put a tack on. And if I got to buy another motor because I short this one out welding around it, oh well. These are only like $30, $40 motors. So as you can see, I just made sure I had the same engagement all the way along. So you can see there's some gaps in some of this, and it's tighter in other spots. That's because I got the constant engagement with the spur gear all the way down. So where this rail maybe a little slightly, I mean, we're talking about less than 10 thou out, you know, a couple mil, then we got that forgiveness in here. Kind of, it's like shimming it basically. Just using the stuff I have here to get it good enough for what I'm doing. Parts I plan on building aren't going to be flying space shuttles, so they'll be good enough for me. There's this 20, I think it's 20 pitch rail. There's about zero backlash in that stuff. Once I get it set right, it should work pretty well, I think. And the reason I went with the gear rack instead of linear rails is just durability. I could cut these tacks off and replace this real easy. Spur gears are easy to get and replace. And then, you know, there's very little to go wrong with this system. No belts, nothing like that. We have one at work, an old table, and this is kind of basically the exact way it was set up. And it's 30 years old. So there you go. We got the rack and pinion on there and kind of set up. I got to get some gears. I just drilled that one out to fit. I ordered 8mm gears. They screwed my order up. I got 1/4 inch bore for smaller size motors. So I just got to get an 8mm bit and get all them gears properly bored out. I ordered a few extra for spares for later on. That's it.